So back in the home office and recording studio today, after having been out to working with some clients, upgrading some cybersecurity for them. Yes, sometimes the old guy still has to get back out in the field and assist the team, and it's fun. Not so much getting underneath desks and climbing around. Getting a little old for that. The knees say "ee," but it's great to get out in the field and be able to assist the guys here at Team Beck Tech and assisting our clients. Anyways, Scott Beck from Scott on Security, co-star of the Amazon Prime documentary Cybercrime. It's always good if you remember the name of the movie, right? Two-time best-selling author. And this week we're talking about ransomware. And you know, I described what ransomware was at the beginning of the week, and we kind of talked about some of the changes of the technology, the innovations, how it used to be pretty easy for us to be able to get files back for clients, and now not so much. If you don't have the proper things in place to assist in recovering from such an event, you're kind of at the mercy of the bad guys. And as we talked about, 2-3 times out of 5, you can pay the ransom and the bad guys still kill the hostage and you don't get your data back, which is not good news. Some of the other innovations that we're seeing change, of course, was around the dollar amounts. When ransomware first came out, it was so much easier just to pay the $40 or $50 and try to get your files back. But now we're seeing thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. We've even seen requests of millions of dollars, because one of the things that's changed is the bad guys are getting into the systems and they're looking around. They're looking to see what type of data you have and how valuable it may be. The highest ransom that we're aware of in Canada thus far is $425,000. You got $400,000 sitting in the bank? I'm thinking if you do, it'd probably be better to invest that into your business or vacations, if you got that kind of money personally, than it would be to pay some cyber criminal to get your files back. We're aware of a ransom payment that was made in Korea, $1.2 million, and there was a request for a $6 million ransom just recently down in the States, one of the municipalities that got hit. So the bad guys realize where there's money at. They're really heavily targeting municipalities. They're looking at other companies that have a lot of personal information of clients. You know, think accountants, lawyers, doctors. If you're in an industry that's data rich, they're going to be looking for you. And one of the new twists that we just saw happen last week is kind of a new neat in the sense that is different, I guess. Not neat if it's happening to them occur. Is the bad guys have been targeting the plastic surgeon industry in the States and in certain parts of the States. And now that they're getting some success with this, I expect that we're going to see this explode and go across North America. And what the bad guys are doing is they're getting in and they are downloading client or patient information. One of the reports I was reading was with the x-rays, or with the scans of the pictures. Embedded in it has got the client's information that goes with the scan. So when the bad guys can get this, they now have the information of the client. So yeah, guess what? Once they got all the information, they're launching, of course, the ransomware to try to generate revenue from the doctors or from the practice. But they started sending letters to the patients demanding money not to release these images. So imagine if you were in for breast augmentation or what other plastic surgery procedures you had done. Super private and personal. I would think. I have not had a procedure done myself, but I would think that this is pretty personal information that you may not want the general public knowing has occurred. So they're sending letters to the actual patient saying, hey, we see that you had XYZ done to your nose, your face, or whatever the case is, and unless you pay us, we're going to release this information out on the internet. So the bad guys have figured out how now to do a second way of generating revenue. Yeah, they're going to ransomware the doctor or the practice, but now they're also going to go after the patients, because they assume the patients don't want that information out there. So a way for them to increase their revenue streams and maximize their profitability. Because remember, cybercrime is just a business. Okay? It's not personal. These bad guys are looking to generate revenue, same as any other business. It just happens they're doing it illegally and without a lot of risk of getting caught, which makes this very attractive to some that lack a moral compass. Maybe that's the easiest way to put that. So we got to kind of watch this. Now, there was another interesting change in ransomware that occurred last year. I'm going to talk about that more tomorrow because it's a subject all on its own that we got to kind of dig into. They were using victims through social engineering to get the victims to further spread the problem. I'm going to tell you how they did that and why they did that and why some people would have actually taken advantage of that. And we're going to cover that in tomorrow's episode of Scott on Security. If you've got any questions, comments, feedback, please feel free to send me a private message and I'd be happy to address those questions. Or if you got questions, you can put them down below here in the comment section too, and we'll make sure to get back to it. So thanks a lot for watching. Stay safe out there.